Dimension formulas are dimensions of a physical quantities always expressed in terms of powers of basic physical quantities. Dimensional formulas always explained in terms of powers of fundamental physical quantities. What are those? Fundamental physical quantities. Fundamental physical quantities. Sir, how, sir? Let us say. First fundamental physical quantities, we are having the mass. What is the dimensional formula for mass? Mass stands for only mass. In the mass, we will have the length. No. No time also. So, I am going to write dimension formula for mass. I said always dimension formula can be expressed in a form of fundamental physical quantities. So MLT in the square brackets, I said. So here M is available. So L is not there, so 0. T is not there, so 0. Okay. Now, what does it mean? L0, T0 means it's not available in this physical quantity. Only mass is available. Nothing is there means 1. Got it? So this we say it is, or this is also you can write in some books simply M there, right? This is also fine. Okay. Now let us say in the same manner coming to the length bit. What is the length? Same way only M is 0, L and T 0. This we can also write L. Okay. Not only this, time. Very good. M0, L0, T1. So that is we can write T. Right? So these are dimension formulas for these quantities. Now let us go for derived quantities, little higher level quantities, then you will understand clearly. Right? So when you wanted to express any physical quantity, how can we? Like velocity. Velocity is the derived physical quantity, right? Velocity basic formula for us: displacement by time. So usually people displacement stands for length and time is t. How we are going to write this? L tr minus 1. And I need to write m also in the sense m0. So this is the dimension formula for velocity. For this you can write simply Lt minus 1 also fine. But in any options, well, basically as per the change pattern we have first term exams, all MCQs based or fill in the blanks, case study based questions are there. So you should understand is most important. Okay, if you understand this, then whatever the way, whether question asked in options like this or like this also you can write. Okay. So next, this is for velocity. Let me tell you for acceleration. May I know what is the acceleration definition? Velocity by time or change in the velocity by time. Right? So velocity in the sense, remember we can write or we are able to write the dimension formulas when we know the definitions of the physical quantities. Right? If we don't know the physical quantities definitions, we are not able to write. For example, I wanted to construct a single floor building, a double floor building. I should have the plan, right? Then only I can use my dimensions in such a way. So I should know that before what I wanted to do. Same way I should know this to find the dimension formula. So as velocity. Till now we found the velocity. What is the velocity? m0 Lt minus 1. And time is t. That gives m0 Lt minus 2. This is also I can write Lt minus 2 as a dimension formula. Right? Now, this is to, let us say, if you want to find the force, you should know the force formula. Force F equal to, what is the force formula according to Newton's second law? F equal to m into A. M stands for mass, A stands for acceleration. Therefore, m in the sense, what I am going to write here, m as usual, and A stands for acceleration. Acceleration dimension formula? Lt minus 2. Okay? So, combinedly, I can write this further. M L T minus 2. M L T minus 2 I can write. Right? So, this is the way we are going to derive dimension formulas for each physical quantities. We have in 11th 12th class, not only 11th 12th class, most of the entrance exams after 12th standard you will write. There is one question compulsory from this dimension formulas. It can be on any physical quantities they'll ask. Okay? So, the next one more physical quantities I'm going to explain for you and deriving. That is density, let us say. Density. How can we write for density? We should know the formula first. Density equal to mass per unit volume, right? So, mass m, volume in the sense, here let us consider volume formula, length into width into height. All are belonging to the length category. Yeah. So, fundamental physical quantity is length, L cube I can write. So, I can write this is m, L minus 3 and T 0 because since we don't have time here. So, this is also we can write here m, L minus 3 for density. Okay, like this, if you wanted to derive so many physical quantities available for us to understand dimension formulas, this is the most important concept which we need to understand the physics of physical quantities properly. Okay, so in such a way that it is having so many dimension formulas which we can derive. If you see, if you find, if you go to the book, you'll find at the end of the book of NCERT list of the dimension formulas. For the 2 years it has given. Okay? It doesn't mean that, sir, in 12th standard this lesson is not there, no, the question cannot be asked. In each and every lesson. Okay? Whether the topic is not the dimension formulas or dimensional quantities, also they can ask question. Let me tell you in electrostatics lesson, electricity. I am studying electricity in the 12th standard. There is a question can come. What is the dimension formula for electric field? Okay? That's why you need to understand here. If you understand once, every time you can derive easily. Sir, however you said electric field, what is the dimension formula for electric field? Of course, since we are in the 11th standard, if we know the formula, we can derive. Okay? If not, it's difficult. Let us say here one important dimension formula, electric current. Electric current. Electric current dimension formula. Actually, electric current itself is a fundamental physical quantity. because after formation of standard international system, we have electric current is there now. So here two options are there to write electric current dimension formula. That is first M0, L0, time also 0, but units for electric current amperes, we can write ampere, okay, or sometimes it can be written as I also. You can write as I also, okay. Now this dimension formula, we know I equal to current equal to Q by T, means rate of flow of charge is called as electric current. So with respect to this also I can derive, that is in this way, M0, L0, time is in denominator, okay, T minus 1 into Q. So this is the way I can write dimension formula, either this way or this way. This is for electric current arc. Yes, we must express in terms of capital letters. So it explores very clearly the formula because we are expressing dimensions, MLT, fundamental dimensions, right? That too we should express in terms of square brackets, right? So electric current. Now I'm giving you a question, right, for energy or work. We know the formula of energy and work, right? What is the formula of work? Yes. What is the formula of work? Work formula. Work equal to F dot S, right? Which also equal to energy because both units are same. Work units and energy units are same. Okay, how can we write dimension formula? Force dimension formula we should know. Sir, I don't know force dimension formula, how can I write? Is the question arises. Then again, at least you should know that MA, or if you don't know MA, at least you should know the units. From the units also we can write. Okay? Okay, yes, I know force dimension formula MLT minus 2. Right? S stands for displacement. Okay, S stands for displacement, that is length L. So now I can write this is M L square T minus 2. This is a dimension formula for work or for energy also. For energy also. So now you understood how to write dimension formulas, right? Now, dimensional equations if you go. Dimensional equations are how we can define, how we can obtain dimensional equations is important. Dimensional equations always we can obtain by using the fundamental physical quantities which is equated to the dimension formulas. Dimensional equations we can obtain for any physical quantity, in the sense the physical quantity must be equated to particular dimension formula, then we can obtain the dimensional equations. That we will discuss one thing here. Let us say dimensional equations, how you can understand how you can obtain This is also comes under dimensional applications. Let us say potential energy. What is the formula for potential energy? Mgh. This is the equation, right? How can you obtain the dimensional formula for this? M stands for M. Okay. G is acceleration due to gravity. Therefore, you can use acceleration due to gravity formula. L T minus 2. H stands for distance or displacement. So length. Now I have equated basic fundamental physical quantities of these. I have equated with the dimension formulas. Now combine. If I am combining, it becomes ml square t minus 2. This is potential energy, right? So just now we derived work dimension formula. This and that same, because that is also for energy. This is also energy. Means we understood here both are energies. So this equation is correct here for us. Here applications of dimension formula. Applications in the sense uses of dimensional formulas or dimensional analysis. Dimensional analysis or and its applications. Its applications. Sir, what are the applications does it have? Just now I told you. First, to check the correctness of an equation or consistency of an equation. To check consistency of an equation. Okay. Next. Not only that, if you go little more and after this, how to derive the equation by using that. How to convert the unit system of one to another. Let us say first we start with that to check the consistency of an equation. How can you check the consistency of an equation? Consistency in the sense here, you can say correctness of an equation. Okay? Sir, why we need to check the correctness of an equation? Of course, when we are deriving any equation in physics we will have so many derivations, we will obtain so many scientists also obtain so many equations by theoretically, whether it is right or not. If it is right, how far it is right? How do you know that? You don't know basically. But we have a dimensional analysis is one of the advantage in its applications. We can understand at least an equation is correct or wrong in this case. Okay. For example, I'll give you a wrong equation. I'll ask you to check whether it is correct or not. This we call homogeneity, principle of homogeneity. By using the principle of homogeneity, we will trying to express. Principle of homogeneity means what, sir?
Checking the wrong equation.
Checking the wrong equation.
And correcting.
Our job is that to check consistency of an equation or to check the correctness of an equation. But this is applied by using Principle of homogeneity. This is the principle of homogeneity. When we are adding or when we are subtracting or when you are multiplying, always we should use the same natured physical quantities. Are you getting my point? Length I can add up with the length only. I cannot add length with the mass. Okay, mass I can add up with the mass only. I cannot add with the time. Right? So the same with the same physical quantity I can add or I can subtract. So that is called as principle of homogeneity. That is called as principle of homogeneity. Now here we have to check the correctness of an equation. Now we have one equation, that is, we know the equations of motion, right? What are the equations of motion we have? What are the equations of motion? V equal to u plus at. 9th standard we studied. S equal to ut plus half at square. T square minus u square equal to 2as. Now in this second equation of motion I am taking. The second equation of motion I am writing for a change x equal to x naught plus ut plus half at square I am writing. Means I took here s equal to x minus x naught. Change in the position gives the displacement. Okay, from there I have taken. So why did I take like that? I'll tell you now. So principle of homogeneity, according to the principle of homogeneity, in this equation if I am going to check in the sense, whatever LHS side is there, the same quantity I can equate it to the RHS side quantities. Okay, same quantity I can equate, other quantities I cannot equate. Let us see. For example, here x stands for, x means this is LHS side I am writing. X means distance or displacement or position we can say. So L I can write. X naught means also L. It's not a, you are expressing dimensional formulas. Right now, do you have in fundamental physical quantities L naught? No. Then next, ut. How can you write u into t in dimension formula? U stands for velocity, right? How will you express Lt minus 1? T is as equal to t. Okay. Next, what else you are having? Half at square. Now, half at square. Acceleration. Lt minus 2. Time. Time, how will you write? T square. Now you can see here all the dimension formulas I have equated either sides. Okay. If you trying to add up these all, what is the result? Sir, here half is there. Why didn't you write half here? You can ask. Means in dimension formulas there is a disadvantage that these coefficients and constants will not be considered. Okay. Means will not take. Now our aim is that to check the consistency of an equation. To check the consistency of an equation, now whatever the terms are there, LHS side and RHS side, if you are equating by substituting these all, the total answer on as each term on the right hand side of this equation has the same dimensions. Okay, then we can say that the dimensionally this equation is correct. Dimension my mobile data if I'll use it's fine. See, L
L to the power of 3.
L this is next. In the place of half a t square, LT minus 2 t square. It's also cancelled. Now this is also L. Half is there, half not considered I said. Now the question is that LHS side L is there, RHS side L is there. Now here most of the people are having the confusion. Sir, we should add up this all. No, I am not going to add. According to the principle of homogeneity, length can be equated to the length. Means this RHS side length I am equating to the LHS side length I am equating to the RHS side each quantity. See, if I equate to this L only, LL, okay, cancel. If I equated this and this, LL cancel. If I equated this, LL get cancelled. That means according to the principle of homogeneity, same quantity I can compare, not with the other quantity. So this equation is dimensionally is correct. Dimensionally correct. If you consider half and all, it will not be a correct. Remember.
But the b square minus u square is 2as.
Come again?
B square minus u.
Yeah, everything is like that only.
2a.
S. Yes, it is. 2as. For example, here one important point is there as per our NCERT has given that if an equation falls this consistency test, sorry, if it is fails in this consistency test, means whatever proved that it may go wrong. Okay, but what happen if it is proved wrong? But if it passes, it is not proved right. Thus, dimensionally correct equation need not to be actually an exact correct equation, but dimensionally wrong or inconsistent equation must be wrong. You can understand one point here very clearly as per the NCERT. This is dimensionally correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So the equation is proved. For example, there are the equations dimensionally correct, but actually it is not correct. Okay. That may wrong. But if any equation dimensionally wrong, it must be wrong.
The real
Really, it must be wrong. But if any equation dimensionally correct, but later on it may go wrong also. It may go wrong also. But any equation if dimensionally wrong, it's completely wrong.
if it is correct,
If it is correct, it may correct, it may not correct later on. Here, to check this correctness, we have two more equations are there. A question we have given as per that. Yeah, the question is given. Let us consider the equation half mv square equal to mgh. Okay. In this, we know that what are the m is mass, g is acceleration due to gravity, h is the height, v is the velocity. Right? Check whether this equation is dimensionally correct or not. How can we check? The same method which we have used till now, that is only we have to follow. Right? For example, let us say half mv square first. I'm taking dimension formula of half mv square. Half, however, it will not be counted. Mass transfer m, you know, v stands for LT minus 1 whole square, since we are having the square here. Okay. Now, the total equation became m L square t minus 2. Next, mgh you take. This is LHS side equation. This is the RHS side equation. Right? mgh. mgh in the sense m stands for mass m, g stands for acceleration due to gravity, LT minus 2. Remember, h stands for length L. Now this if I write m L into L square t minus 2. Now you can compare LHS and RHS equation. Therefore, LHS equal to RHS. Excuse me. Because if you compare LHS equal to RHS, M is M only. The other side also M only. And length here also square. The other side also you are having the square only. And time t minus 2 LHS side and t minus 2 RHS side. Therefore, what I am trying to say that according to principle of homogeneity, mass, same physical quantities is equated, and length square is equated. Tan minus 2 is equated. This is a therefore according to principle of homogeneity, LHS side and RHS side equal. So dimensionally, this equation is correct. Next application in the dimension formulas, dimension analysis, that is to check the relation between two or more physical quantities, correct or not. Or this is correctness is over, not correct. I'm sorry. We are going to derive relation between two or more physical quantities. Let me tell you, this is the one equation we derived. Okay? Kinetic energy equation. This is potential energy equation. How you have derived? Normally we derive in physics with some concepts as per the energy definition. We will go with that. But the thing here, by using dimension formulas, we are going to derive. How it is?
Relation between
Two or more physical quantities. By using dimension formulas. deriving relation among the physical quantities. Relation between or among the physical quantities. Physical quantities by using dimensional analysis. So here we will take one question. With that only we derive, because until unless if you are not taking example, you will not get into that. Of course, here we are deriving the relation between the dimensional quantities. But the thing is, you should understand, here these relations are applicable up to some extent, not for all big relations and the two or more addition relations. Let us see one example, then you will get to know. Here the question has given like that. According to NCERT, consider a simple pendulum having a bob. You know bob, simple pendulum, you know, this is the simple pendulum. This is a bob, big bob. Metal bob. Okay. Attached to a string that oscillates under the action of acceleration due to gravity. Suppose the time period of oscillations of the simple pendulum depends on the length L. Depends on the length. They have given one quantity L, and mass M. Mass of the bob is M. Mass of the bob is M, and acceleration due to gravity is G. Acceleration due to gravity G. Full stop. They're asking us derive the expression for the time period using the method of dimensions. For time period, they are asking derivation. Means indirectly, by using these three quantities, we should obtain or we should derive the time period expression. Okay, means time period expression in the sense it's a equation we are going to derive. Equation in the sense we are relating these quantities here. With whom? With the time. It's not deriving, sir, whatever I need, जो हमको चाहिए. So it is not like that. It is not like that. Here we are relating only Binamini concept only. Okay, this is the length of the pendulum string. Mass is the bob. Of course, gravity acts downwards. So it is conceptually we are relating, not oddly or randomly. Okay. So how can we relate here? First of all, I wanted to find the time period in the sense I am considering here time t equal to length and mass and value g. Just see, I have equated, I did not give anything. So, since I don't, how I equated, sir, how did you write equation directly? You could ask me. I did not write anything. For this, I am giving some letters, squares, since dimension formulas in the form of powers of the physical quantities. So, what I am going to do, Lx, Gy, Mz. Some powers are given. I don't know. This X, Y, Z are some random powers I have took. X equal to, it can be 2, Y equal to 5, or Z equal to 10. It may be, may not be. But since I don't know, just I have given. Okay, sir, you have taken. But how did you equate this product of these three will equate to time period? Is it right? Do you have any idea? No, I don't have. Since I wanted to relate as by using dimension formula, just I did it. But since I don't know the relation, I am using one constant k. This k makes us, if this is larger, then it makes down. If this value is smaller, this makes up. Finally, it is equal to t. This is let us. consider. Okay. Now, sir, okay, you have taken k as a dimensional constant here. As principle of homogeneity, I need to equate LHS to the RHS, right? Before equating, what I'm going to do? First, time dimension formula M0, M0, L0, time of 1. Is clear? Now K as usual I am writing. L, length. What is the power? X. Next, M. M is a dimensional basic fundamental physical quantity. So, square. Next, G. G stands for acceleration due to gravity. So, what I am going to write? L T minus 2 power of 1. Okay. Now, what I will do? As per the principle of homogeneity, according to principle of homogeneity, I can equate the same quantities of LHS to the RHS side. Okay? So how I will do? Let us see. X, power of X, L quantity. LHS side, L is there?
Yes. No, no.
Not there. So X power L naught equal to L to the power of X. Therefore I can write bases are same, then powers I can write as X equal to 0. Same M0, M square. So Y equal to, sorry, M for Z now.
Yeah.
Z equal to 2. Because
L is 0 also.
L is 0, here M is 0. But X equal to here only we have 1 is there, no? Right? M stands for what? Is Z.
Yeah,
Z equal to, okay, Z is other side. It's a Z, not the 2, sorry. Z is also 0. I am thinking this. X equal to 0, Z equal to 0. Now, acceleration due to gravity. Here, you should understand, this is time, there, length and time, here also length and time. Here one thing, with respect to first case, x equal to 0, you have written. But coming to here, how can you write? L1 t minus 2. So, this length and this length, if you both you are taking, this Lx, how much it become? X plus y. Therefore, this gives us x plus y equal to this side L 0 because LHS is 0, so 0. Because I forgot to take this L initially. All the lengths of LHS side compared with the RHS side lengths. So if you take this L power of x plus y, this is L power of 0. X plus y equal to 0. Understood this is. Next, y. Time with respect to time quantity. Here LHS said time is equal to 1. 1. This is 1 no? This side first time no time, no time. Here time is there. Minus 2 into y. So minus 2y. Okay? Now I am writing here.
Y is 2.
Let me come. Huh?
1 by 2.
1 by 2. See, we have the values x plus y equal to 0, z equal to 0. Now, y equal to minus 1 by 2 from this. Is clear? This y I am substituting here. So x equal to 1 by 2. X plus y minus 1 by 2 equal to 0. Therefore, x equal to 1 by 2. Right? Now I got x value, z value, y value, x value. These values I am going to substitute in this equation. Okay? Therefore, time t equal to, this is a final touch. K dimension constant, L power of x, 1 by 2. M power of z,
0.
0. Next, G power of y, minus 1 by 2. M power of 0 is there means what? It is equal to 1.
Yeah.
Okay? So, K into L to the power of 1 by 2, G to the power of minus 1 by 2. M disappears. 1 by 2 stands for what? K into L 1 by 2, G minus no, it will go
Yes,
with
yes.
denominator. 1 by 2 gives us root beta. Means this I can write T equal to K into root L by root G. That gives us for me totally under root of L by G. K into under root of L by G. Anything root is there, we can write 1 by 2. Right? So T equal to K into under root of L by G is the relation between, we have derived the relation between the time, length, G. Even mass, but mass equal to 1 here. Okay? So further, if you know that K equal to, we will write 2 pi actually. Mathematically, K equal to constant 2 pi. So 2 pi under root of L by G is the equation for time period in the case of simple pendulum. Right? So we derived an equation by using we derive a relation between the physical quantities. We derive a relation between the physical quantities by using the dimensional analysis. There is one more process is there, one more application, conversion of unit system, SI to CCS, like that. That we will discuss in the other class. So you can understand by these points the dimensional analysis. And here one more drawbacks. There are some loopholes or drawbacks are there in dimension formulas. What are those? As I said, 1 by 2 coefficients we are not adding. Only we are following the principle of homogeneity. Same quantities we are comparing. Sir, here T equal to 2 pi under root of L by G, this relation you derive. For example, with that place something, some x, place something, y, like that if relation comes, no, dimension formulas will not validate. I mean, dimension formulas did not explain such type of equations for us. Okay, dimension formulas did not derive more productive equations or more addition or subtractive relations between the physical quantities. It has derived only a few physical quantities as a relation, not more than that, right? And it also not explained for the constants in the physics, in dimension formulas, constant, universal constant of G, okay, or real gas constant. In such cases, it is not given any explanation regarding the constant values in any equation. Okay, now here 2 pi has come. In this case also, this dimension formula did not help. And when more addition based equation comes, in such case, dimension formulas are not proved. Means the correctness of an equation has not proved properly. So like this, there are few drawbacks are there in dimension formulas. So therefore, Dimension formulas not explained about the constants in the dimensional equations, and it is not also said about the coefficient values while you are adding or subtracting dimensional quantities. So in such case, dimension formulas lagging behind. Therefore, dimension formulas as not used further much. Up to this extent, it is fine. Okay. So this is one of the concept in physics to understand the physical quantities properly. Okay. So this is all about our dimension formulas topic. I hope you people enjoyed it.